A new bipartisan bill addressing National Weather Service staffing is in the works. Nebraska Representative Mike Flood speaking virtually with the media this morning, introducing the Weather Workforce Improvement Act. We first alerted you to this bill yesterday in an exclusive report. The bill is designed to reinforce the public safety mission of the National Weather Service and granting the NWS temporary direct hiring authority for positions relating to public safety.
The best thing that this does, when a president comes in or when OMB comes in and they say, of course, we're going to exempt public safety, but we're going to make these cuts. The challenge here, and the thing that Congress has been needing to do for 50 years, is to put these meteorologists, these scientists, these hydrologists, these electronic technicians in the public safety bucket.
Representative Flood says the three primary NWS offices in Nebraska, including Omaha, Hastings, and North Platte, will all get new hires under this new bill.